Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. In today's video I'm going to be using my Dyson Airwrap for the very first time, sharing my experience. I know that the Airwrap is either really loved or really hated. I know a lot of people that I've spoken to have been very opinionated either way, so I'm really excited to see my opinion. I haven't used it yet. I can't wait to see how it works on my hair, what the results are like, and more importantly, if the curls last. I think for me that's going to be the deciding factor whether or not I decide to keep hold of the Dyson or not. I have 35 days where I can return the product. I did an unboxing video and I talk more about my experience, where I ordered it from and things like that, but today I just wanted to jump on and use it for the first time, share my real-time reaction to trying it differently. My hair is about 60% air dry, so I'm going to just finish it off with the pre-styling dryer attachment and then get on to curling it and trying it out. So if this sounds like a video that you're interested to see, I know I'm really excited to actually use it, so please do keep on watching. Now the first attachment I'm going to be using is the pre-styling dryer attachment. They don't call this a hair dryer just because of the fact they have their own standalone hair dryer, but it's pretty much a hair dryer. That's how I'm going to be using it. I did notice when I was just playing around with applying the attachments, you can unlock it here, and I expected it to click in place, and it wasn't clicking, and I was like, oh my goodness, why is it not working? But I realized that it doesn't click in, it just kind of raises the bar there a little bit, which I thought was a bit strange. I expected it to kind of go all the way up in a locked position, but that's just my first impressions of using it. So I think I'm going to just dry my hair ever so slightly more. I think I want it to be 20 to 10% wet and then use the curls, because typically when my hair is about that, when I do my overnight curls, they last the longest. So that's my biggest comparison with this, is keeping my hair as wet or as damp as I do that technique and then seeing if the curls last, because ultimately my overnight curl trick keeps my curls in all day long and it's really easy. So for me, if this doesn't compare to that, then it's not worth me keeping it, but we'll of course see. I really want to love this product. It's been something I've literally lusted over for so long, and when I finally got it I was so excited. So I really hope that I'm not disappointed, but what I'm going to do is make sure, especially my roots are dry but my hair is just a little bit more dry, and then we'll get on to actually trying the curling attachments. That is a really good hair dryer. That's literally dried most of my hair super quickly. I know it wasn't completely damp, but I expect that this is going to be a lot quicker than the Toni & Guy hair dryer that I currently have in my collection. So I'm pleased with that. That attachment is really nice. It doesn't get too hot either. And one of the reasons why I decided to pick it up is that the Dyson technology checks the temperature of the heat 40 times per second, which is mad, and the optimum heat of this is 150 degrees, which is so much less than other hair tools on the market that typically go up in the region of 185, 200, 210. So it's nice to see a low heat option. When I just hair dried my hair, I had it on max fan and max heat. Obviously the max heat is still only that 150 degrees, so it's still really low and a really great option if you're looking to improve the health of your hair. But I feel like most of my hair there is dry, especially the top section, and I'm hoping that as I curl the bottom section it's just going to help complete the dryness of it. But ultimately my hair does set a curl when it's slightly wet and I do the overnight curl, so I do want it to be a little bit damp. I know some people kind of say whether or not to keep it a little bit wet, but I'm going to try it today. And then to just take off the attachment, I'm just going to push the lock button down and it comes out really quickly, and it's not too hot either. I think it would get a bit hotter if my hair was completely drenched, but it's definitely manageable. So I did add heat protection before I started filming, but I'm just going to add a little bit more to the ends, just to make sure that my hair is nice and protected. And this just again adds a slight bit more dampness to my hair to help the curls set, hopefully. We shall see. I'm also going to do a video on the 2 brush types, but for me it's the curling that like it has me the most excited and wanted me to really try it. Okay, I'm going to do it in sections, I think, just to see how this works. So just taking a scrunchie there, just placing my hair on top of my head, that top section. I'm not sure what the best way to actually curl my hair with this would be, whether to do it in smaller sections with my hair down or do it in like sections as I would if I was using a typical curling one. So I'm just going to go for this to give it, I guess, a fighting chance. I'm not too sure. I think this is going to be a lot of trial and error just to see how it works best for me. But my roots there are really dry, and then as you get to mid-lengths and ends, the ends are slightly wetter than the mid-lengths. So let's give this a go. Today I'm going to be using the 30mm barrels and seeing if they work well on my hair. I will do a video where I do a 30mm and then 40mm barrel comparison so you can see the result of that, or if you wanted me to do just 40mm or the brush heads or anything, just let me know what you want me to try out and any tips that you've got from either having it yourself or watching other reviews. So I'm going to start with this section here. Because my hair's long and the barrel isn't like the longest ever, I think if I have too much hair on a section, it might overlap too much. I'm not too sure, but I'm most excited to just see this technology suck around my hair. So to decide which barrel is which, I've just pointed them in front of me, and you want the arrows to point in the direction away from your face. So for me it's this way, but you can, if you're not looking at a camera, you can just look in a mirror and just realize it's that way. I think this is the moment I have been most excited for, is actually trying it. So oh my gosh. So now I'm just pushing that button up to a cold shot of air. Just wait until this is completely cooled down. We ready? Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I don't know whether that was too much hair though. We'll see. I've also seen a lot of, I guess, complaints with the product that as people are doing their hair, the bottom curls start to drop really quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing my hair, and if I notice that the curls at the bottom are starting to drop a bit more, I think I'm just going to start again and do pin curls and see if that lasts any longer, because I'm just not going to use a product if by the time I finish my hair the curls are basically completely dropped. I don't mind having a really tight curl to start off with in the day if it means that by the end of the day my hair looks really relaxed and curly, whereas if it starts off looking relaxed and curly, my hair's going to be straight by the end of the day. So I'm going to keep going and then we'll see. Again, that's got a bit of warmth to it, but it's definitely not hot. I can definitely handle it. And like I said, when I did that one, I've seen a lot of people's reviews where they say if you push up on that middle button, it just blasts that cold air and it really helps to set the curl. So when I actually loosened it, it was completely cold, which normally helps hair last longer if you're curling them. So I'm going to switch this barrel, I think, because I'm just going to do section by section. I think this technology is so cool. I love the way it like wraps around. gosh, that looks so cool. So let's continue just doing my hair in section by sections like this, and I will just jump in if I feel like I'm losing the curls too quickly and need to start again to pin them. I'm hoping obviously I don't have to, but I'm just very aware of like what other people have said about the product, and my hair typically doesn't hold typically hold a curl the best when I use a typical like heat curler unless I pin them. So I feel like I might have that same problem. I think as well, another thing that's a bit more difficult is that when it blasts the air, you don't want to interfere with the section that's just been done. So I think that that might be a little bit more difficult. And you might have noticed when I was at the bottom of the ends, I was just kind of teasing it a little bit, and I think that I've seen again people say really helps the curl to set, but also helps to dry the ends when they're a little bit more wet. So let's keep going, and I'll let you know if I have to jump in and change the strategy. Okay, I think I'm losing that one already. I don't know whether it's because that section laid on it. It's a bit of a difficult one to know how to operate it. I think I've just lost this one, so I need to be more careful when I place my hair out of the section. I'm just going to curl this again. I think that section was a little bit too big because my hair was quite long. It's starting to droop a little bit, but not disastrously, so I'm going to keep going. Don't think I'm going to need to go back and pin curl it, but what I will do is once I've finished, I will kind of jump on after a couple of hours and let you know how it's looking. I've lost that one again, which is a bit annoying. Let's do the other side now. Again, I can handle that. It's a bit hot, but it's not like boiling. Okay, so my hair is now being curled, and as people said, the bottom curls have really started to drop as I've worked my way up. So I'm gonna just brush through it with my fingers. I don't like taking a brush. I prefer just doing it with my fingers just to get more of a bouncy look. But first impressions is that it was so much fun. It's like a really easy tool, and it means that you can have your curler really close to your root of your hair and it doesn't like burn, which is always a good thing. But just doing it one-handed is really easy, and I think that even if I were to send this back, my other hair tools just wouldn't feel the same. So this is kind of how it's looking. So this is the 30ml barrel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of leave it for now, but I just feel like already it's starting to drop a little bit. I don't think it's as like voluminous as when I was doing it, so it's going to have to like work miracles on my hair, I think, for me to justify keeping hold of it. But this is what it looks like. I'm going to jump on and I'll share with you in a couple of hours how it's looking, whether they've dropped any more and whether or not I'm blown away. Obviously this is my first impressions and I feel like the result looks lovely. It does look like I've kind of gone in a salon and got it done, but if it's already starting to drop whilst I'm styling my hair, what's it going to be like if I have to pop to the car or nip out, or if I'm at work? I'm very much at home at the moment, which is a very unusual situation, but as soon as normality resumes, is this going to be durable enough to stay on my hair? That's kind of what I'm keeping in the back of my mind, because the heatless curls last all day and are so easy. So I'm going to jump back in a couple of hours for me, but in a couple of seconds for you, show you the result. I'm not adding any extra product to my hair because I don't do that typically, and we will see what the results are looking like. Okay, I'm back and it's been an hour. I've literally just sat at my desk. I've been doing some emails and some work, and it's pretty much, in my opinion, just dropped out so much. Like, it's still got a nice curl to it, but this is an hour of literally doing nothing. And my worry is that when the world goes back to normal, this isn't a reliable hairstyle to last at all in any degree. And obviously this has just been an hour. Typically my working day is like 8 hours, 10 hours, and I just don't feel like this has got any staying power as it is to work. So I think what I'm going to have to do is either try it on camera or away from camera and pin it and let it set for a little bit longer. But I feel a bit gutted, in all honesty. And again, I'm always honest in all of my videos, and I just feel like maybe I expected too much. Maybe I thought this was going to be like a miracle product. It was definitely amazing to use, but the staying power just hasn't stayed. Obviously I've not used any product in my hair, I've not kind of hairsprayed it, I've not done anything particular, but I've also not done anything different to how I usually style my hair in terms of curling. So if I were to use my Toni & Guy curler or my Lee Stafford one, that stays better, and I just feel like it's just drooped too much. And I don't know, again, if that's because my hair is longer and it's therefore heavier, but I just feel like for the money it's just not performing as I kind of had hoped in terms of a quick curl. A lot of the positive reviews I've seen is that people curl their hair in like 15 minutes and it's good to go for the day, whereas this took me probably like 25 minutes to curl, which is still quite quick for long hair, but it's also taken an hour to go from how it was to how it is now, and that's just not long enough. So I am definitely going to keep playing with it. I've got the 35-day window, but I'm going to give myself an extra week to just keep playing around, trying it out, and decide whether or not I want to keep it. But I'm definitely not one of those like influencers or content creators that will say to buy something when it's a lot of money. And I know I've watched a lot of videos where people have been like gifted them and sent them by Dyson, and so their opinion's going to be altered, because even if it's not the best thing in the world, they've not paid for it. Whereas me, like a lot of people, this is a lot of money to spend on a hair product that doesn't work in the way in which I was hoping. Don't get me wrong, my hair still looks nice, but this is how my overnight heatless curls look come the end of the day. This has been an hour of nothingness. So I am going to keep trying it out. Let me know down below if there are any remarkable tricks, or if I've done something so obviously wrong as to why my hair hasn't stayed as curly as I'd hoped. And yeah, I'm just feeling a bit deflated. I feel like there's so much hype and I was so excited to get it and try it, and now I've tried it for the first time. My opinions have completely 180'd, where I had so much excitement and I couldn't contain myself and I just really wanted to try it. And now I just want to like try it again to get it to work, because this is just not, it's just not what I was hoping for, in all honesty. This is not my expectations for a hair tool that costs £450. And again, I'm always honest, and so this is the result. So let me know what you think. Obviously my hair still looks kind of nice, but I know for a fact that within like another hour or two my hair will be pretty much straight. So this is just really disappointing. So let me know if I've done something obviously wrong. If you have the Airwrap and it works brilliantly for you, what is your secrets? Let me know. But I'm gonna keep trying it, hope that I find a way in which it works. But otherwise I am slightly leaning on the fact that I might have to send this back, because it's just not it's just not done wonders, has it? So I'm definitely going to try some more things. I'm going to do a couple more videos trying it out so you can see the different attachments, but first use I am a bit like, so yeah, this is my video on my first impressions. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if it's been helpful to you, or you're contemplating getting the Airwrap and this is helping you make a bit of a decision. I would love to know. And that's all from me in today's video. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys.